The big political development of the day, and it came late in the evening. Sensational move by the Tamil Nadu governor, where RN Ravi dismissed Minister Senthil Balaji from the Council of Ministers. Currently, remember, Senthil Balaji is in judicial custody in a criminal case being investigated by the Enforcement Directorate. In an official release, the Raj Bhavan said that Senthil Balaji is facing serious criminal proceedings in a number of cases and abusing his position as a minister. He has been influencing the investigation and obstructing due process of law and justice. Now, expressing apprehensions that continuation of Balaji in the Council of Ministers will impact the due process of law and eventually lead to a breakdown of constitutional machinery in the state, the governor justified the decision. The DMK naturally is livid. All right, what does this mean? Is this constitutional overreach, and what are going to be the ramifications? Sanju Verma continues with us, JVC Sriram, political commentator, joining us, and Mr. A. Sarvanan, spokesperson of the DMK, will also join us in just a second. I want to start with you, JVC Sriram. Is this an overreach by the governor?
Absolutely no, I don't think so, Padmaja, because Article 164 of the Constitution of India, let me read it out for the benefit of the viewers. Under Article 164, the Chief Minister shall be appointed by the Governor, and other ministers shall be appointed by the Governor on the advice of the Chief Minister. The ministers shall hold office during the pleasure of the Governor. The Governor had already requested or probably sent a notification to the Chief Minister asking the concerned minister to be removed. And we know pretty well that the minister has not been cooperating for the investigation. That is what the Enforcement Directorate has told the court. Now, that the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Mr. MK Stalin, had not heeded to the advice of the governor. Now the governor has got the right to execute the power which is given to him in the Constitution, which is what I read, that Article 164.
Okay, respond to that, Mr. Sarvanan. Respond to that. 164, Article 164 gives that power to the governor, but JVC Sriram doesn't have to be on the advice of the Chief Minister.
No, it does not have to be on the advice of the Chief Minister. It has to be only on the pleasure of the governor. It is unlike the presidential power, because in fact, the power of the president, the power of the governor, there is a small difference. Now,
all right, breaking news coming in. We've got the first reaction from the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, MK Stalin, saying governor does not have the rights. We will face this legally. Is this going to be a long drawn legal battle now, Sanju Verma?
You know, Padmaja, I just want to say one thing to you. If you remember, as recently as 16th of May 2023 in the Supreme Court, Senthil Balaji and his team had said that, the charges against me should be dropped. And Justice Ramasubramaniam refused to drop charges, gave the Enforcement Directorate to go ahead with the investigation. But two lines, which really are very pertinent and which your audience needs to know. Justice Ramasubramaniam in this 89-page judgment said that a compromise was struck between the bribe giver and the bribe taker, and in Senthil Balaji's case, where corruption is carried in high places by a public servant, then it is not just a case of corruption, but it is an offense against the state of Tamil Nadu and the society at large. So the Supreme Court and Justice Subramaniam has castigated Senthil Balaji in no uncertain terms. Point number one. Point number two, I will tell you why the governor did what he did. Just as recently as this Monday, barely 3 days back, there were two lawyers who filed an affidavit in the Madras High Court saying Senthil Balaji should be removed. And do you know what the Madras High Court said? It said that we cannot pass any orders under Article 226 of the Constitution against continuation of Senthil Balaji till a specific direction has been made by the governor. So Madras High Court indirectly gave the go-ahead.
All right, let Sarvanan respond to that. Mr. Sarvanan, respond.
Yeah, Padmaja, if the president tomorrow dismisses Mr. Amidst from Home Ministry, stating that he has not handled the Manipur issue properly, 50 days has gone by, there is no peace in Manipur, will the BJP keep quiet? Will they say it is correct? The governor has used the same provision. He says 164, the ministers are holding power, holding the post under the pleasure of my pleasure. Article 75(2). Every cabinet minister is also holding the post under the pleasure of the president. Will the same logic apply? Will the BJP keep quiet? Will the BJP jump in joy? accept this with glee. So it is a stupidity. The governor's action is a stupidity based on the undermining of the constitution. Governor is a
Sanju
rubber
Verma,
stamp.
and here is what is being said. Manish Tiwari says Article 164 says Chief Minister shall be appointed by the Governor and other ministers shall be appointed by the Governor on the advice of the CM. Since ministers are appointed by advice of CM, they can only be removed by the advice of the CM.
I need to respond to that.
Yes,
I knew
respond.
this question would come up, and I will just take 20 seconds if Manish Tiwari is listening. Manish Tiwari quotes conveniently Article 164. Now let me read out what Article 163 says and listen to this very carefully. There shall be a council of ministers with the chief minister at the head to aid and advise the governor in the exercise of his functions, except insofar as he is by or under this constitution required to exercise his functions or any of them in his discretion, which means under Article 163, governor has discretionary powers to sack a minister from the
Has this
council of
been done
ministers.
before? If there are these powers vested in the governor, then surely there must be precedents. Is there precedence for this?
I want to ask you one thing, Padmaja.
No, but is there any precedence? Let's be very clear. Is there any legal precedence for this?
Padmaja, I'll come to that.
Let me
Padmaja, can I
answer
come
your
in?
question. Let me answer your question. Forget legal precedents relating to a governor or a chief minister. Indira Gandhi summarily sacked the governors and dismissed 65 odd state governments under some or the other flimsy pretext. So the Congress and its ally, the DMK, should also hear one more thing.
No, so here is what, no, hold on a second. That is a different case. You're talking about the sacking of governors by the Prime Minister. I'm asking, is there any precedence
Yes,
for
I'm
a
coming
governor sacking the minister of a state? Because let me quote to you from the Supreme Court judgment of Shamsher Singh versus the state of Punjab. And it says, for the foregoing reasons, we hold that the president as well as the governor acts on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers in executive action and is not required by the Constitution to act personally without the aid and advice of Council of Ministers or against the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. Sanju Verma.
You know, you asked me for examples. I think the biggest example is in 1989. T. Venkata Subbia's dismissal of the S.R. Bommai government, which led to that historic Supreme Court judgment of 1994, defining, or should I say redefining, center-state relations. 1984, Governor Ram Lal dismissed the N.T. Ramarao government and appointed N. Bhaskara Rao as Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister for 31 days. Another example, April 1994, Governor Bhanu Pratap Singh fired Wilfred D'Souza without consulting the centre and replaced him with the controversial former Chief Minister Ravi Naik. 1996, Governor S.K. Sinha fired West Bengal Chief Minister Jyoti Basu.
Yeah, but you're talking about the dismissal of governments.
Let me finish.
I'm asking about the dismissal of a minister.
Barnala fired Tamil Nadu Chief Minister N. Karunanidhi in 1991. There are umpteen examples where governors have exercised their powers under Article 163 to fire the entire cabinet headed by a chief minister.
Okay, respond, Mr. Saravanan. If an entire cabinet can be dismissed by the governor, why not a single minister?
That's what. There is no answer from the BJP's spokesperson about my comparison of the powers of the governor and the president. Can the president dismiss the home minister tomorrow? If the answer is yes, then I will agree.
Okay, answer
yes,
to this specific question.
The governor can dismiss.
1991 by Surjit Singh Barnala. Your MK Karunanidhi was dismissed in 1991.
Yes, we'll let them answer. Let any one of them answer this question.
Okay, JVC Sriram wants to come in. JVC Sriram.
See, the powers of the president apply to the office of governor. However, the governor has got an additional power. Under Article 163, the governor can exercise this power under Clause 2. Importantly, this is what is mentioned. Importantly, Clause 2 of the Article 163 mandates that if the question arises whether any matter is or is not a matter as respects with the governor is or under the Constitution required to act in discretion, the decision of the governor in his discretion shall be final and the validity of anything done by the governor shall not be called in question on the ground that he ought not to have acted in the discretion. It is very clearly mentioned.
Okay.
Again and again, let me reiterate one more point to you. The Election Commission, when the Chief Election Commissioner, Mr. T.N. Session, brought about sweeping reforms, did we ask for a president? He did not act on a president. He acted based on the powers that he had. Mr. Saravanan, being a lawyer, must know the constitutional validity before he comes on a TV debate on a national television channel and starts giving lecture.
Okay, so on the one hand is the argument of discretion, on the other of the lack of precedence. But one thing is absolutely certain, this is going to go the legal route. Mr. Sarvanan's services, by all means, will be required by his party. I'm out of time, gentlemen, but I suspect we will be debating much more of this in the days to come. Thanks very much, both gentlemen. Sanju Verma for joining.